I want you to think back to the first time you learned how to hit a golf ball. Whether you had an instructor, maybe it was your dad or family member, somebody teaching you how to play golf. It probably went something like this. You learned grip, you learned how to stand over the ball, and maybe you learned a couple other things like turn your shoulders and perhaps shift your weight or turn your hands. And that first lesson was full of a lot of thoughts. Like they're telling you all these things, you're saying, oh my gosh, make it stop. I can't think all these things. And the one thing that seems to get missed in your first lesson is this: how to hit the golf ball. We spent a lot of time talking about setup, a lot of time talking about shoulders, and a lot of talking. But there's nothing about how it affects the golf ball. So in today's lesson, you're going to learn how to strike the ball well, because you've been missing out on these keys for your entire life because they're not being taught to you. So the first thing is this: what is golf's number one fundamental? I want you to get out a piece of paper and write down what you think the number one fundamental in golf is. Just give you a second. All right, you got it in your mind? Well, you're probably going to say one of the 5 things: grip, stance, posture, alignment, ball position. And none of those things are true fundamentals, because a fundamental is something you need to play golf well. The best golfers all show different grips. Some grip it stronger, some grip it weaker. They all show different stances and postures. They all aim differently. So it's not something that is consistent among the best players. But something that is consistent are these 3 things. And that is, 1, they know how to get the club to strike the ground in the same spot every time for crispy contact. So all great golfers demonstrate ball divot contact. The second thing that they do is they hit the ball with tons of power. And the third thing is they can control the curve of the ball, so they're not hitting it off in the woods or the lake consistently. They're hitting it right down the middle of the fairway all day long. This is what you missed out on, is the true fundamentals. So what affects contact with the ball? Well, the first thing you need to know is your weight position. Nobody talks about this in your first lesson. If anything, they'll tell you to shift your weight around in the swing. Well, I'm going to tell you that shifting your weight around moves where this club comes into the ground. So we're going to start off by getting the weight forward, right here on my front leg towards the target. Setting the weight forward creates a consistent contact point. Now on top of that, what's not being taught is the lead arm staying straight. When you keep this arm straight and the weight forward, I'm setting up a ball striking machine where the club can come into the ground every single time in that same spot. So boom, contact is taken care of. How do we add power to the swing? How do we hit the golf ball power? We just need a bigger backswing. So we take this setup and we swing our shoulders back further. So I'm not talking about doing a million different things in your swing. I would set this up, weight forward, arm straight, and just swing the shoulders back. There's a little bit more to it than that, but on the basic level, you would just learn how to use your shoulders. Now, how do we keep the ball going to target every single time? You learn how to control the club face. So we're not doing a whole lot of releasing of the hands, not turning the hands over. You keep this very quiet, the ball is going to go to your target shot after shot. So let's just start with fundamental number 1, contact. If I set up like this, weight forward, arm straight, keep the weight forward, arm straight, it's going to happen. Ball divot. It's like you've made yourself a machine. I don't know how many first lessons I've heard these types of horror stories, and I've been a part of it, where it's like turn your chest and load into the right side, and then turn your chest back and load the front side. And you're automatically missing fundamental number 1. Since you've been playing golf, you've been missing fundamental number 1. We probably do this again. Weight forward, keep the arm straight. As long as this arm stays straight, there it is again. It's a machine. That's why if you don't think you need arms straight to play good golf, you're fooling yourself. I don't mean to sound kind of crazy there, but if you have the opportunity to build that machine and just do that, you should be doing that. Next thing would be the shoulders piece. And when we swing the club back, I don't want to lift my arms off my body. This is a very common one. Hinge your wrists, lift the arms. That's way too much thinking. So what you need to do instead is learn how to use your shoulders. So I try and get my left shoulder under my chin. That takes care of the backswing. There it is, left shoulder under the chin. Arnold Palmer liked that one, and I think that it rings true even to today. So I got left arm straight, weight forward, left shoulder under the chin. Now that's 3 pretty easy swing thoughts. And when I put them all together, I'm going to have a powerful and consistent golf swing. So let's get set. Put the left shoulder under the chin and just swing. And you're going to hear a beautiful strike with that ball. It just explodes off the club. So we're going to do it again. Why? Because golf is recreation. It should recreate the soul. We don't play golf to duff it. We play golf to hit shots like that. So let's get set. I got my arms straight, my weight forward, shoulder under my chin. There it is. There's the consistent contact point again. As long as I do those things, if I mess them up, I'm not going to hit it well. But if I keep those things, I will hit it well. Good strike. Ooh, that was beautiful. Even better than the last one. The last one was good. Wow. And I've been at this for, let's see, teaching this swing since, I've been doing this swing since 2013. That's when my life changed, because I was just like y'all, doing the grip, stance, posture, alignment thing, trying to figure out, to calculate all the angles in the swing, and spent all that time on YouTube banging my head against the wall. Now here you are on YouTube again, looking up golf tips. You're trying to find this consistent key, like Pete Townsend said in The Seeker. You're trying to find the key to 15 million fables, and they call you the seeker. This is where the seeking stopped. So we do it again. Arm straight, weight forward, shoulder under the chin. That's a beauty. Same spot. Whoosh. So the frustration of searching goes away because you have a proven system for good golf. And that's what I'm teaching in my online golf school, Saguto.golf. Step by step how to do this shot after shot. You'll lay a good foundation, which is what you need. Strike the ground in the same spot every time. You'll build the power in, you control the curve. You'll play great golf, you beat your friends, outdrive everybody, and collect all that money and then go to the buffet afterwards. It's great. So then we look at controlling the curve. So we got the power, we've got the ball divot strike, 2 of the best feelings in golf right there. The last one is hitting the fairway, hitting the green, shot after shot. Well, a lot of golfers are taught, just turn your hands through impact and try and release your hands, doing this type of thing. Well, when I'm doing this through impact, that club face is always changing, and depending on my timing, it could be right, it could be wrong, it could be open, it could be closed. Rarely going to be straight unless my timing is perfect. I've got to get here at impact, and if I'm doing this, that's not going to work. It's going to be left or right. So I tell you to stop working so hard on turning over your hands. You set up with the club face pointing at the target, and you swing, keeping the hands quiet. So you don't have to worry about, I'm square here, I'm square here, I'm square here. I'm not doing anything to make it that way. It's just the way I set up. Here, shoulders only, I'm square. Back to impact, I'm square. Through impact, I'm square. So I don't have to worry about my target too much because the ball is going to go towards where the face is pointed. So now hit shots like that, keeping the face really square. Here we go again, shoulder on the chin. There it is, same spot again. Doesn't take a million hours of practice to do that. And I love when people say, oh, you got to be athletic to play good golf. You got to be athletic. John Daly wasn't athletic and he played good golf. Craig Stadler wasn't what people consider to be an athlete. I don't even know what an athletic swing is. There's just a golf swing. If you do these things, it'll work shot after shot. So this is the lesson you needed to have on day one. You're getting it now. Today is the beginning of your new day one. And I hope that this helps you play the best golf of your life right now. Check out my online golf school, Saguto.golf, and I look forward to seeing you in a future episode.